looking at Geelong now. So obviously had a down year after a premiership year. Losing Joel Selwood, hard to adjust to. St Kilda round 1 at home for their first game this year. So where are they sitting?
I don't have them back in the 8. And I'd be happy to see them back in the 8, obviously, but I just don't have them. If anything, probably taking another step towards the bottom. I think that clubs like Adelaide, Gold Coast, Essendon, I think the Bulldogs were ahead of them already, but those kind of clubs are probably the ones that are on the up, or probably already ahead of them and going up. I think it's just going to be way too much for them to climb. They'll probably pair with Richmond, I think, and probably just not going the way they want to. Injuries seem to be fine for them. That's one big positive, especially with an older group. Getting enough runs on the board over the preseason. Jack Henry's probably the main one, but Cam Guthrie back fit. Jai Clark, who's their first round pick from 2022, uninterrupted preseason, plenty of raps for him. And it is going to be that young contingent that kind of needs to step up. So Tanner Bruin, more midfield action. Toby Conway, does he take the first string ruck duties? Ollie Henry probably had 40-goal season last year. They'd certainly be happy with. Probably just wants to add another 10 goals when you've got someone like Tom Hawkins maybe in the last year of his career. But defense should be fine. De Koning, Stewart, Henry once he returns, and then College Ashton Hughes, just solid role players. Blitzers as well can float back. So on paper, and everyone says this every year, they could be the best team. I just don't have it for them this year. I think it's gonna be too hard. And
Harsh.
Injuries were certainly a factor last year, but every club has injuries, and I think it's even with a healthy list, I think other teams are probably just going to get the better of them. And it'll add up.
I don't see them doing much worse than last year, but I think it's just that the rest of the competition is probably going to rise fast.
That's the thing. They could easily have played just as good as they did last year and fall 4 rungs on the ladder. Like it's how close it is, and that's kind of how competitive that those 8 clubs that fell just outside the 8, or 7 and Hawthorn, how much I think they're improving, or have the list to improve. And Geelong's in that bracket. I just don't think they're the ones that make that leap back into the 8.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, it's kind of harsh on Geelong for mine, but it is, that I guess that's the reality.
As a Cats man, I can probably dob that as a win-win. Either I'm right or we make finals.
Yeah.
So, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
All right. Interesting one.